Welcome to Classic Game Room. A lot of people accuse me of giving every game a good review, but that's not how I look at it. I like to find the fun in games because not every game has the same audience. But what about a game that's so bad it doesn't have an audience? A game so bad it won't appeal to anyone? Well, that's Fighters MEGAMIX on the Gamecom, a truly terrible video game. It actually burns my fingers just holding it. Man, I do a lot for you guys. It's Fighters MEGAMIX from Sega, which essentially combines Fighting Vipers and Virtua Fighter, along with some other stuff like the car from Daytona, USA, into one fighting game, except this one is on thegame.com. Otherwise known as the Tiger Gamecom. And whatever you do, don't confuse this version of the game with the Sega Saturn version of Fighters MEGAMIX, which is actually really good. This one is awful, because the Gamecom is awful.
Gamecom active.
One of history's greatest video game failures. A handheld that tried too much, too early, and came up too short. The Gamecom's non-backlit black and white LCD screen is unable to keep up with the Gamecom's intro logos, let alone a fighting game. So naturally, this plays like a horrible, jerky mess, which completely ruins Fighters MEGAMIX. In fact, it's laughably bad. The game's only saving grace may be the music, which is actually kind of cute.
Fight! Ready! Go!
Here's the roster of fighters, all of whom wish the Gamecom had never been invented. And here's the fighting action, which is unspeakably terrible. I particularly enjoy the giant black lines on the back of the screen, which I think are supposed to represent a ring, like a fighting ring, except it just makes it look broken. Even more so than it does normally. This has to be the worst fighting game that I've ever played in my life, which makes me wonder, will I ever find another one that's even more terrible? We all have dreams. The Gamecom and Fighters MEGAMIX were sent to the show by our friend Chip in Alabama. A huge thank you to Chip. While the Gamecom isn't an extremely playable handheld, it is an important piece of video game history. And unless you collect for history, now you know to avoid it. Make sure to watch my Fighters MEGAMIX review on the Sega Saturn, because that version of the game is really good. This one, on the other hand, is only good at making games like Fighting Masters on the Genesis look like Tekken 6. It's Fighters MEGAMIX on the Gamecom.